So now we are being asked to solve for the variable, and we have two proportions equal to each other. When you have two proportions equal to each other, we are going to solve by using cross multiplication. So the denominator is going to move across and multiply with the other numerator. So I have 5 being multiplied to an x plus 3, and that is supposed to be equal to the other cross, which is the other numerator being multiplied to the denominator. So this is a negative 4 being multiplied to the x minus 3. So now that I have cross multiplied, I am going to go ahead and distribute into my parentheses so I can solve for the x. So this is a 5x plus 15, and this distributed in is going to give me a 4x plus 12. So solving for x, so x is going to be negative 3 over 9 simplifies to negative 1/3. So if this is my answer, when I come over here and check, it's going to prove that I did it correctly. When you check, you need to check the original typed out problem. So here's the original problem, the way it was given to me. Remember, you have to solve for the left, find an answer. Solve for the right, find an answer. And then we need to see if they're the same. So this is negative 4 all over. I need my x value. So this was a negative 1/3. And then I'm supposed to add 3. Equals, this is a 5 all over, I need my x, which was a negative 1/3, and then I'm supposed to subtract 3. So this is negative 4 all over, negative 1/3 plus 3 is an 8/3. 5 all over, negative 1/3 minus 3 is a negative 10/3. So now I have a fraction within a fraction, and if I have a fraction within a fraction, this says negative 4 divided by the fraction 8/3. This says 5 divided by the fraction negative 10/3. If you remember operations with fractions, you're supposed to keep, change, flip. So here's my keep, my change, and my flip, my keep, my change, and my flip. So now I'm going to multiply straight across. So I have a negative 12 all over 8 equaling a negative 15 all over 10. Negative 12 over 8 simplifies to a negative 3/2. Negative 15 over 10 simplifies to a negative 3/2. Both sides gave me the same answer of negative 3/2, which means I just proved that this answer is correct. So we're being asked to solve for the variable. So I have a proportion equal to another proportion. So we are going to cross multiply these. So I have x being multiplied to a 2x plus 5. And that is going to be equal to the other cross multiplication, which is 1 being multiplied to this 11x plus 8. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to distribute into the parentheses so I know what I have. So this is a 2x squared plus a 5x. Distribute into the parentheses, I have a 11x plus 8. So I see that I have an x squared and an x, which means I need to make everything go to one side so that my equation equals 0. So I'm going to move everything over to the other side. So I have a 2x squared, 5x minus 11x is a minus 6x, and this is a minus 8 equaling 0. I have to make it equal 0 because I'm going to try and either use the quadratic formula or I'm going to try and factor this. I see that they all have a GCF of 2. So I'm going to factor out a GCF of 2, which means I have an x squared divided by 2 is a negative 3x, divided by 2, that's a negative 4. This whole thing equals 0. Can I factor this? I can, because I see that it has a leading coefficient of 1, which meant these x's go here, and I am able to find one number that multiplies to give me negative 4, but adds to give me 3. So this would have been a negative 4 and a positive 1, because negative 4 times 1 is a negative 4. Negative 4 plus 1 gave me the negative 3. So now that I have two factors, I know each of these could be set to the 0. I'm going to end up getting two answers. So x equals 4 and x equals negative 1. I have two answers. So we're going to come over here and you need to check both answers to make sure both of them actually work. So I have 1 all over 2x plus 5 being equaling to x all over 11x plus 8. So let's go ahead and test 4 first. So I have 1 all over 2 times I need my 4. It's supposed to be equal to I need my 4 all over 11 times I need my 4. So that was 2 times 4. The 4 was supposed to go up in the numerator, and that's 11 times 4. So I'm testing my 4. So this is 1 all over 2 times 4 is 8, and that's supposed to be added to the 5. Numerator is already a 4. 11 times 4 is 44, and that's supposed to be added to the 8. 1 all over 8 plus 5 is 13. 4. 44 plus 8 is 52. 1 over 13 is already simplified. It's 1 over 13. 4 over 52 does simplify to 1 over 13. So these two are equal, which meant our 4 is an answer. Now let's go ahead and check our second answer. You have to check the original typed out problem. So this is 1 all over 2 times my nether answer is a negative 1. And this is supposed to be, I need the negative 1 in the numerator. And this is 11 times the negative 1 plus 8. So 1 on the numerator, negative 2 plus 5. Negative 1 in the numerator. This is now a negative 11 plus 8. This is a 1. Negative 2 plus 5 is 3. Negative 1. Negative 11 plus 8 is a negative 3. This is not simplified. It's already 1/3. Negative 1 divided by negative 3 is a positive 1/3. They each equal 1/3, which meant negative 1 is also an answer. So we have two answers.